going on, guys? Lawson Turner back with another episode of the Cover 2 podcast, and we're going over the late night game. We got the Mavericks and the OKC Thunder game, too. This game started with Luka just being out of his mind. His first four threes, and looked like he was going to run away with it in the first quarter. 4 for 5 from 3 just in the first quarter. 16 points of his 29. He ended up having this is more of the Luka Doncic, not game but performances that we've seen, shooting over 50% from the floor, shooting more than 50% from 3. And now once again he hasn't had the explosion of scoring wise, even though 29 is a lot, but it's below Luka's average for his playoff career. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He was fantastic. Controlled the game through and through when he was on the court. This game was kind of like the earlier game between the Cavs and the Celtics. It was close throughout. It was close throughout. Now pardon me. Now the margin for victory wasn't as much, but it was nip and tuck, back and forth throughout, and Dallas pulled it out late. That's all it was. Dallas ended up pulling this game out late, especially in the third quarter. The third quarter is really where they built their lead. They go on a 24 to 8 run from the 8:16 mark to the 1:12 mark. 1 minute 12-second mark in the third quarter. Now, Luka got great contributions from the others, especially PJ Washington. 29 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 for 11 from 3. And that's a career high for the playoffs for PJ Washington. He was awesome. This was a reverse Kyrie Irving game. Now what I mean by reverse is normally Luka will, go in the first half, just go. He'll score, assist, control tempo, all that stuff in the first half, and then you'll see Kyrie get into a rhythm in the second half and score and bring it home in the majority of their wins this postseason. Kyrie had 9 points and 11 assists on 8 shot attempts. His shot just wasn't falling, and he said, "Okay, it's fine. How am I going to impact this game without scoring? 9 points is fine. Not for a player of Kyrie Irving's stature. 9 is good for Tim Hardaway, who had 17 points. Kyrie, we normally expect you in the, mid to high 20s. But he only shot the ball 8 times and was still very, very effective out there. Getting steals, getting blocks, winning 50-50s. Like, I thought he was, other than Luka and PJ, the most impactful player out there. It's what else can you do for me other than score? Because anybody can get hot and, score. Can you steal me some possessions? And Kyrie did that, and he threw a couple beautiful passes last night. There was one where I don't remember if it was off a steal or a defensive rebound, but the ball ended up in Kyrie's hands, and he just threw a beautiful bounce pass right when he crossed half court that led to a dunk. And they got good production from Daniel Gafford again. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Now, I thought the center position would be very, very important for for OKC, but I thought it'd be more important for Dallas against OKC, I should say, because Chet is fantastic. He's light. He's light in the ass. He's nimble. He doesn't have much weight to him. So you see these bigger center, well, not bigger in size, but maybe bigger in weight centers like Daniel Gafford, generating offensive rebounds, getting inside. He's already a dominant inside scorer, but against Chet's a shot blocker, and how do you kind of negate that? You get into his chest. Don't give him room to jump at you or straight up. And speaking of Chet, he played bad last night. 11.6 rebounds, 6 assists. Did have 2 blocks, but 4 for 12 and 1 for 6 from three, and his only three being a buzzer beater at halftime. Jalen Williams, nicknamed J Dub, which they have two Jalen Williams on their team, and the guard I thought he played really good. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. That's about what you're gonna. It's damn near his average. Now he's more efficient normally than 7 for 17 from the floor. Now he did shoot good from three, 50%. Took four, made two. I thought this was another Shea, not a master class, because this is a damn near what Shea does. Now, not to the sense of 12 rebounds. He had 33 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. And was, once again, almost 55% from the floor. 13 for 24, 1 for 3 from 3, made all. Now, he didn't get to the line as much as he did in game 1. I thought this game was not a ref swallow your whistle game, but when it comes to free throws, like the Mavs shot 24, the Thunder shot 17. I didn't think it was like a in game 1 it was any nip, any tuck, any just slight, not grab's not the term, but any light bump, the refs were calling in OKC's favor in the first half. Now let's get down to the reasons why I think Dallas pulled it out, and it's very simple. It was a 3-point line. It wasn't the bench. Both their benches negated each other. They both scored 30 points off the bench. They both had 10 turnovers. I mean, OKC had OKC had OKC got 10 turnovers and generated 11 points off those turnovers. Dallas also forced 10 turnovers and they got 18 points off those turnovers. Offensive rebounding was exactly how it should be against OKC. That's the only thing about OKC. They're not a good rebounding team. And OKC generated 8 offensive rebounds and got 8 second chance points. Dallas, 12 offensive rebounds for 14 second chance points. The 3-point line was the biggest thing for me. OKC shot 33s, made 10 of them. That's 33%. Dallas shot 37 of them, made 18, 48.6%. If you're almost shooting 50% from 3 as a team, you're going to be damn hard. You're going to be tough. You're going to be tough to beat. And then when you have these wing defenders, now it looks like it doesn't matter as it looked the majority of the year. It doesn't matter who guards Shea. He's still going to get to his spots. He's still going to get into the lane. He's still going to get to that, 12 to 15 foot range where he just loves to operate. And at the free throw line, because when Shea is smooth enough to get past the first defender. And when he does, he'll normally, stop around where the free throw line is, where the elbow. Or sometimes, depending upon where he is when the possession starts, he'll get to the baseline and he'll just pull up. And it's pretty. The way he plays basketball is so pretty. It's kind of like when you're watching Luka play on the opposite side. Now, two different styles of games. One is more of a floor general, and the other is more of a pure scorer. Both outstanding scorers. I think Luka's more a floor general than Shea is, even though Shea is a really good passer. His assist numbers are good. But yeah, that was the takeaway that I had in this game. It was mostly just Dallas hit their threes and one of their role players stepped up, and it was PJ Washington who, helped a lot of what Kyrie Irving lacked on the offensive end when it came to scoring. Still is fantastic with the ball in his hands. And you had Tim Hardaway Jr. show up and chip in 17 points, which is really it's it's good. It's good for the Mavs because I don't think they could have 2-0 going home is not the end of the world because you're like, you know what? They did what they're supposed to do. They defended home court. But now that it's 1-1, I don't know if, and this is OKC's first loss in the postseason. They swept the Pelicans in round one. They beat the Mavs uh, in round one. They beat the Mavs in game one. Maybe doubt starts to creep into the mind of the OKC players because they're most of them are young. I mean, who's the veteran of the team? Shea, Gordon Hayward, like they're all a bunch of kids, and they're gonna learn how to, or they need to learn how to, bounce back from a loss in the postseason. So maybe it was a good thing. I know it was a good thing for Dallas, tying up the series going home. Role players should play better, and I'm excited for Game 3. I think this series, like I mentioned last video, the series is gonna be a ball. It's gonna be cinema. It's gonna be awesome. You have the 2 and 3 vote getters for MVP going back and forth. Well, that's all I have for you guys for this video. Check us out on Twitter at at the Cover 2 Pod 26. Link will be in the description. The 2 in Twitter is TO as opposed to TWO. And for the Cover 2 podcast, as always, I'm Lawson Turner, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.